Yo, I'm sorry, I look like a total red right now. But then again, when don't I? But this isn't what this is about. So, it's come to my attention that I haven't done a video on how the events of February 14th I stole my Douglas High School actually affected me, and I actually really want to let y'all know that though I was not there, I could not stop it, and I could not save people like I would have. It affected me so much because I sit here and I remember that when I was in high school, which wasn't that long ago, I graduated almost 2 years ago. It will be exactly 2 years in June, but that's not important. I remember my first year of high school, we went into lockdown, which isn't unnormal for the school I went to. Let's be honest, we went into lockdown. Almost every drug bust we had, pretty much that's really all we ever went down in lockdown for that I ever remember. But I remember sitting there going, what is going on? And then I heard from friends that it was a drug bust, and I'm like, okay. But we sat in those rooms for like, it had to be well over an hour because classes were 90 minutes and it was over 90 minutes. It had to be at least 2.5 hours, or at least it felt like that. I forget what class I was in during this particular lockdown. It was either I think I was in gym because I remember seeing my friend Taylor. But um also I tend to remember all the gun threats that I personally was involved in during my time there. And hell, it was insane just from the time I was there to the time I graduated. And ever since it what happened down there, well, and nobody at my Edward's completely stable. So sitting here listening to all the student stories and reading all the student stories makes me feel like I know very well that could have been my school, those could have been my friends, those could have been my family members, my teachers, and my friends, teachers that have become I've become very friendly with. And honestly, I don't know what I would do without those teachers, because some of them didn't just pick me up when I was down. They, I went to them for so much shit. Again, this isn't about me. How I feel about these gun things, I want to put out there that I would have saved anyone in that school if I could have. I, if we could go back and change that day, I would do anything to save them. And it's like when I'm sitting here, and while I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of my friend Emily, who was killed in a car accident literally right before we went into our senior year of high school. She never graduated. She never got to do what she wanted to do, which is completely unfair, because I know she had everything planned out. I know how organized Em was. She was such a light. She was just a person that was so different from anyone else I knew. And she's gone, and I never really actually got to say goodbye to Emily. Like, I'm partially, that's my fault. But, like, I never, like, we weren't, like, best friends. I don't think me and Em actually talked very much. We just, like, I just loved how she lit up the room when she walked in. And I know these students at the school did the same thing. I can tell by their peers and how the peers talk about them. They were the exact same way that Emily was. And I don't know, like, the whole gun thing, I think guns are good, but I think with assault rifles in particular, it just needs to be known that they aren't for civilians. Like, if you're a hunter, then okay, I get you having one. But other than that, no, you don't need one. They're weapons of murder, they're weapons of war, and the only people that should have these things are police officers and the people in the service, or or were veterans at one point, because I don't like, and I personally know veterans. My dad, I can't really very much say he's a good one, but yeah. And several teachers at my high school are veterans, including the JROTC teachers. They get paid by the military to teach. So let's be honest. They're there for the good, and guns should not be allowed in schools. even by trained professionals. I'm sorry. If the, if it's a trained professional that's guarding a school from like an active shooter, yes, I think that's good. But other than that, no. And I know a lot of the teachers at my high school tend to agree with that. And I'm not very political. I'm not gonna get into that. I really look like a rat right now. But anyways, yeah. So it like I don't even know what to say now. Like y'all, y'all, these students have my heart, and I make it aware to them that they do. But like I have so much to say, but I don't know how to say it. Like knowing what they've been through, like like, and I love how they're speaking up for change and want change, and I stand with them 100% because I know how they feel, and I've felt that way, and no one should feel that way. Even if it's a drug that's at your high school, you shouldn't feel like there's something going bad gonna happen. And I know a lot of the teachers at my high school to start are completely scared out of their minds, even going into school and sitting in the parking lot and crying like an hour before school. They have to go into work and school starts. And Rick's hard. I love these teachers with all my heart, and I die for each and every one of them. Especially the ones that just I just became like best friends with. And like it wasn't even 4 years I became friends with them in. It was like a year and a half, 2 years. It's insane that the teachers have to live this way and think something's gonna happen. No one should have to feel that way. These kids shouldn't have to feel this way.